These paintings were created by children in Vietnam. They depict war and peace, and they were collected over the last 10 years by the War Remnants Museum in Ho Chi Minh City.
These paintings are a result of an ongoing educational initiative of the War Remnants Museum, whose mission is to promote peace and reconciliation. And each year, they have sponsored a contest to get current Vietnamese children to paint and draw images of peace and war, and they select a good number of them to then tour around the country.
David Hassler is director of the Wick Poetry Center at Kent State University. He says the paintings are now part of a traveling exhibit that is making its way around the U.S. Speak Peace, American Voices Respond to Vietnamese Children's Paintings, has been on display at the U of A Poetry Center, where they served as inspiration for poetry created by youth.
In our vision for it was to pair American children's voices and veterans and established poets to write poems in response to these paintings, to individual paintings. And we were able to post on the WIC website 70 digital images of these paintings and put out a national call for submissions. And as I mentioned, we received about 1,200 submissions in 6 months, from first graders on up to a 92-year-old man living in New Hampshire.
The Owl and Panther Project is an expressive arts support group that helps refugee families that have relocated to the U.S. They used the paintings for a writing project that culminated with a poetry reading of their work.
It's really been interesting to watch the people change as the world changes. So when I first started, it was all Central Americans, and then it moved on, and you could see from today our people are from all over Africa, from the Middle East, from Nepal, Iraq. We change as the world changes.
Marge Pellegrino is the director of the Owl and Panther Project. She says the Speak Peace exhibit presented the families with some challenges, and many found that it was difficult to deal with the topic of war and conflict.
At first I was a little nervous. Some of our families were like, oh, I don't want to work with those images. And so we kind of reminded them that they get to talk back to it. They get to speak peace to those hard images. They had an opportunity to make a choice with the image that spoke to them, that they were comfortable with. They were really excited about having this opportunity to have their words validated in that way. It was really a wonderful project for them, people who've experienced war, to be able to speak peace back to those images.
When I saw that painting, it was like, remember like all the things that I saw before when I was younger in El Salvador.
Veronica Galdames came with her family from El Salvador in 1992 as a result of civil conflict. She chose to write about a painting that resonated with her at a personal level, and the experience was emotional at times.
I was thinking, oh, maybe we're gonna write like 1 or 2 lines and that's it. But then I saw the painting and everything changed. But it's really great, this program, and I think the Peace Project is really, really good. It does help.
Galdames' youngest son, Enrique, also participated in the Speak Peace Project. A painting that led him to ask some important questions about war inspired his poem.
What happened to the people that lived in the village? Are there any survivors? Seeing the smoke and bombs makes me very sad. Where is the happiness? Where did it go? Why is there sadness? Why is the happiness not there? How can we get the happiness back?
For Dylan Mutiaba, who is originally from Uganda, the inspiration to write a poem came from a more optimistic painting.
My painting was, it had a bunch of kids in the universe coming down from space. It showed the kids going to the world, and they were riding on doves. It was just a wonderful piece talking about how kids can also bring peace to the world. A lot of countries don't realize the hardships they put on families, especially kids. You're so young and you don't really know what's going on. So I think the painting showing me that kids can bring peace was really an eye-opener for me.
Mutiaba says he doesn't remember much about the conflict that forced his family to seek refuge in the U.S. But he says he does understand the need to work for peace.
Peace really brings us all together. So I think it's really important that we get to write about that, share poems about it, and really tell the world what peace really is.
There's an ancient African proverb that says, "My enemy is someone whose story I have not yet heard."
Hassler says that Speak Peace is an attempt to encourage conversations between people that will bridge the cultural gaps that lead to war.
I'm the girl in the green and black sandals singing about peace in the world so people won't get hurt anymore. I'm the man in the black hat singing about peace. I'm the man with the happy guitar singing about
The reading at the Poetry Center by the families in the Owl and Panther Project illustrate the positive results that can be accomplished through a creative process.
War comes out of a failure of imagination, a failure of an ability to connect empathetically with another, with the other, with someone whose story you have not yet heard or you will not allow yourself to hear. War has a horribly destructive, dehumanizing force. And art is a way to rehumanize our lives and our connections to each other.
Who can stop us from bringing peace? The peace of a dove. Who can stop us? Nobody. We can bring peace. Important gifts of peace.